TikTok Live. Have fun interacting with your viewers in real time. Hosts must be 18 or older to go live. Viewers must be 18 or older to recharge and send gifts, or let us send me no gift. Remember to create a safe viewing experience. We're notifying viewers that you're live. Well, yes, this is my first TikTok Live. Swipe to see real-time performance. What I should do is make sure my hair looking cool and thing. The children at home. And my RIC consultation finished early, so I just did a video actually. Crash master. Hey, people joining, boy. So, I wanted to do a video. I don't, maybe I'm just bored. I don't know. I'm really not actually bored. But I'm trying out a TikTok Live instead of a video, because I actually just did a video and posted it. And it was already 9 minutes long. And I try my best. Gosh, again, a rare reflection with my glasses. Ah, it's the laptop. I feel you all seeing in the background. But I wanted the laptop. Yes, it's the laptop you all seeing. I wanted the laptop because I wanted to read some things for you all. I wanted to make sure I was quoting it properly and whatnot. No, I still get some reflection in my glasses. But that's because I'm in the living room and I don't have the lights on and all of that. But it's because I ain't trying to do a TikTok video. Anyways, I wanted to talk about this email hack and Israeli connection that we were seeing in the news. But I actually don't find that we're seeing it in the news a lot. I think that, you know, when you look at this whole human trafficking, Devant and Vassant, every single place I turn, every time you turn on to CNT3, every time you turn on to the Express, is some new story, Devant question. It's like they're literally step by step by step, minute by minute reporting on it in the media. Whereas now, you know, you're not getting the same kind of vibe, and you never get that same kind of vibe when it's allegations against PNM, right? I mean, treason is a major thing. And I don't mean the PNM version of treason where there's like threatening you for everything. But here is an international investigative report. And that is something that is important, right? I mean, when these reports come against PNM, you ever notice there's never be just a random allegation from UNC. You know, they're always from the international community. So there's so many things like all over my hair that I can't see and whatnot. Oh gosh, I think I made my hair worse. But they have y'all need to comment. I don't even know if I know how to read your comments. This is my first TikTok Live. But I'm seeing all kinds of stuff all over. So I can't see my face. I can't see what all is seeing. Well. So anyways, so we're talking about the International Investigative Report. You all would have seen it. And even, you know what, it's so crazy as well that online, you can't even read the full story, because I was looking for it online and I couldn't even come up with the whole story online. It's like an abridged version, a very short version online. So if y'all have the whole 2-page online version, let me know, because like, for example, you know, my husband's real into Israeli security stuff. So I sent it to him and he blind. He couldn't read the PDF version, but I could not find an online version. So even things like that is an issue, right? So everyone can Google ISO. You'll understand. No, I don't understand. I'm not technologically inclined. This is why this is my first TikTok Live. Yeah, so we're talking about, you know, and it's not about Emailgate, you know, even though Emailgate is very important, because I would have said it in my video just now that in 2015, I did not vote. So for persons who don't know my political history, I think your definition of a swing voter, right? I voted for PNM when I was younger. Oh gosh, my laptop gone off. Right, I really should have set up this live properly. But I'm not really sure that I feel like I want to work right now. I just say, well, look, let me turn on the phone and let me talk to y'all on TikTok as a live versus, you know, a whole video, whatnot. So, you know, hi, Kimberly and myself. Hi, Kimberly and Richard. So I know I have to be interactive as well. Roshan, good night. Thema. So a lot of people are joining. Wow. Oh my. I never knew my TikTok would actually have any views. People used to tell me to go and log on all the time. Right. So we're talking Emailgate and the Israeli connection. And of course, the report would have spoken about a PNM financer paying to hack the then Prime Minister's email account. And that is something that's really, really serious. I mean, could you imagine that persons would not have voted? I mean, and that's where I was talking about my own personal story, where I said, I grew up in a PNM home. Oh my gosh, my father was PNM till he died, literally. And, I remember my mother, standing in the line. And I did not want to vote for PNM, but we heard about, UNC being a Hindu party, and all these things are really real. Okay, swipe right to view comments. Oh, I could do that. Well, I was viewing it all the time. Yes, okay, so I want to remove that because that's way too big. And I can't even, so I need to speak to myself at least because I can't see y'all. So I, in the end, voted for PNM because I felt as though, that's that parenting voice in your head, it rings true. So I do understand where young people do vote for PNM and they vote traditionally, etc. And then, of course, I voted for COP, and then I stayed home in 2015. So I do believe that I do have the mindset of a swing voter, and that's why I do think that I can speak to that person who believes that UNC, PNM are the same, because up to just a few years ago, I felt that same way. And in 2015, I did not vote for UNC. And I look at the consequences now. I look at the state of the country, and I do, now that I have all the data that I do have, I really took a lot of time to go and, somebody said Google, right? To go and really dig up and find information and, figure out, the differences, etc., and the policies of UNC versus PNM. And of course, you would know, the rest is history. I didn't just join UNC, but I became a candidate. So I put my face out there for UNC. That's how much I did actually believe that UNC was different to PNM. And not only were they different to PNM, but their policies, everything, I do think really could take Trinidad and Tobago forward. So for me, finding out this weekend that, there was a PNM, I cannot answer questions about why Ministry of Works application for jobs taking so long. UNC is not in power. That's why it's taking so long. If you put UNC in power, everything would work. That's the answer to all your questions. Put UNC in power and things will work. Well, I didn't really get back my voice. It's still struggling, and I should probably be resting it. But there was so many issues this week that I would have picked up my camera and did videos on, and I did not because I was trying to rest my voice. But again, I think that, the country right now feels as though it's at a point of no return. In 20, during the People's Partnership reign, right? We spoke about murders and we had a problem, and Keith Rowley was talking about, if a government can't solve crime, then they're part of the problem, etc. And murders are almost like double what it was then. So the country is just taking a turn for the worse, and it seems as though, there's no coming back from it. So when we find out that a PNM finance is being accused of hacking into a Prime Minister's email account to cause political chaos, then, that is something that we should be concerned about. But I wanted specifically to read something out of the report. So I'm going to just let me get my laptop and read something that was part of, so this, you can find this on page 7 of this Sunday's Express, and it was a story by Mark Bassant, right? Hi, Camille. I always love listening to you. Thank you very much. All right, so listen to this. What I can say that is that the police did find radiation in the office of the DPP, or a room where they said that this room was being bugged, because they said from one building to another they were trying to tap into the conversations at the DPP's office at that time. And the police did find some degree of radiation. I find that one little paragraph to be very, very, very concerning. That we would have somebody bugging the director of public prosecution's office. I mean, this is serious. Hi, Ananda Singh. Why don't you lead the UNC? I absolutely cannot in any way, nowhere close, anywhere be near ready to lead the UNC. I'm going to stray for a bit because that is, I think, PNM. PNM has really mastered the art of mind, of getting into your mind. Kamla Prasad-Bissessar has so much experience, and where we are at as a country right now, we need her experience. We need her to get into Parliament as a Prime Minister and start to make changes right away. She would have understood from being a Prime Minister before, PNM has been there for so long that there are a lot of PNM operatives in the public service, etc. So there is, people, those third parties who've never experienced it, talk about, they'll change this and they'll change that and they'll get everything done, and they think they could get everything done in one term, not understanding the obstacles that you face. So Kamla Prasad-Bissessar would have been there before. So she would have had the experience of dealing with that PNM entrenched public service. She would have the experience and she wouldn't have to be dealing with, changing up a new vision and whatnot, right? So I think that experience that she brings is very, very, very necessary. But if you look at it, she has no, she did not have a time. The people okay. So, there's a book, Lee Kuan Yew, that I read, and I don't know if you're a parent, Mr. Singh, but, children think they need candy, right? Or, Buckley's, it tastes awful, but it works. The thing is, sometimes we don't know what is good for us. And so if you believe that if you personally think that I'm good to be a leader, then I'm asking you to trust my intelligence that you think I have, trust the wisdom that you think I have, trust my instincts. If you believe in me, then believe in my advice. We are not ready to take the leadership. Certainly not against a wolf like Keith Rowley. The way that the country is, any government is going to struggle to bring us back. It is a difficult uphill task. And you're going to face citizens who are, they're out for blood. They're out for justice. They are desperate. They are struggling. So they will want results very, very quickly. Right? And the thing about it is, if you guys want to say only South people vote for Kamla, okay, let's talk some data. Do you know that Kamla Prasad-Bissessar in 2020 received the most amount of votes in the UNC's history? We were only 2,000 votes away from winning an election. So it's not like only South people. Come on, guys. That's PNM propaganda. And we need to, the country depends on us not falling for PNM propaganda. The country depends on that. Because when we talk about only South people, that's not true. Right? We were literally 2,000 votes away from a victory, from taking government. And then in Arima, which is not south of Trinidad, in January 2021, during the by-elections, UNC took Arima Central, which has an Arima mayor, which has an Arima MP in a PNM government. Sorry, not Arima MP, PNM MP. Gosh, my laptop going again. I have to remember to keep touching it. Right? So, that I really urge you guys to look at the data. UNC under Kamla Prasad-Bissessar is actually much stronger than it's ever been. Had she resigned after the 2020 general elections, UNC would have collapsed, and we would not have lasted long enough to be able to see that the mischief against Mr. Pandey collapsed. The mischief against Anand Ramlogan collapsed. The mischief against everything has collapsed. So We need her strength and we need her stability. But she has a very, very young team around her. I mean, I'm around her. So again, if you trust me, then I'm asking you to trust me in telling you that Kamla Persad-Bissessar is the right person. She has the experience and she has the strength. She has the heart. We somehow, I don't know if it has something to do with our plantation history, where we look at leadership as massa and we still see leadership as abusive, and somehow that is strength. So when Massa beat us, he was strong, but her compassion, that is why we were able to implement such great programs like the laptop program, etc. And so, I mean, I don't want to be led into, defending and all of that, because I really came here to make sure, as I said, I think that the media has been, step by step following this Devan stupidness and this Vasan stupidness, where we have a very, very damning report, an international investigative report that speaks about a PNM financer paying an Israeli company that's speaking about bugging the director of public prosecution. I mean, that is a serious allegation that the opposition would pay to have our judiciary bugged. That they would want to be listening into the conversations of the director of public prosecution. That is a very, very serious allegation. And I am concerned that the media is not really highlighting that. Why aren't we seeing headlines? PNM pays to have DPP's office bugged, ? Even though when they talk about UNC human traffickers, they don't put question marks. Why aren't we seeing that? Right? And that's the whole, that's why I'm here, because, at least we do have a space on social media to be able to raise the issues. I want to read it. Of course, I think UNC can win another election. Do you think I like to lose? I just gave the information. UNC was 2,000 votes away from winning the election. UNC won the popular vote in Trinidad and Tobago. In Trinidad, not in Tobago. So imagine if we contested in Tobago, we would have probably won the popular vote all around. UNC won the most amount of votes they've ever won in the party's history in 2020. UNC made inroads into it. PNM's been around for 60 years. UNC's been around for 30 years. So what does it say about UNC and their strength and their political acumen? That in half the time, we are a force to reckon with. That says something about UNC. PNM has taken 60 years to be where they are. And not even 60, more than that, because obviously they were around before we became independent. Right? We are half the age of PNM, and we're giving them a run for their money. They're not beating us by no landslide. We were literally 2,000 votes away from winning an election. Kamla Persad-Bissessar received the most amount of votes in the UNC's history. So come on, let's use data. And that's the whole point. We want to take Trinidad forward, so we need to stop going by our emotions and going by propaganda and going by spin and going by a set of lacqueray and a set of just drama and misinformation. The data is there. We live in an age of Google. We live in the information age. No one should be able to be passing off rubbish and us just falling for it anymore. UNC is stronger than it has ever been before. We fought the 2020 elections totally on our own, without any coalition. And we were 2,000 votes short of winning an election. And again, that is why I'm here. Because those 2,000 persons in Diego Martin West, do you know 19,000 persons did not vote for Keith Rowley? He won with less votes. 10,000 persons voted for him. 19,000 people did not vote for him. 16,000 persons did not vote. And that's why I started with my story that in 2015 I didn't vote, because I was fed the lie that UNC, PNM are the same thing. And that's why I continue to say, we need to pay attention to the data. right? We need to pay attention to the information and not not fall for all the lies and these paid for headlines, right? Let's talk about human trafficking. Under Kamla Prasad-Bissessar, an international report improved our rating. They said that, okay, we're not there yet, but the government has taken a lot of strides, and so we will improve your rating. Under Keith Rowley, everything that Kamla Prasad-Bissessar would have put in place went to naught because the rating that she took us up by a notch, Rowley took us down by the same notch. So we ended up backwards. And that's something that we need to see. We need to see that Rowley mashed up everything that Kamla worked for. And the reason Kamla didn't get a second term is a pure mischief, political mischief. And there's an investigative report to prove that today that said that a PNM financer paid to create political mischief. Those are the allegations being levied against the PNM right now. And the media is not carrying it. We need to get on our phones and speak about it. We need to be sharing. I don't even know. Can you share TikTok lives? Could somebody answer me that? Okay, so I'm going to pause for a little bit because I want to read to see if somebody tells me if you could share TikTok lives. I don't even know if I could record the TikTok live or like download it. I have no idea because of course, okay, so you can share TikTok live. Okay, great. So that is your homework. Share it. Like, let's stop now and share it. I want to stop talking because I'm kind of getting a headache because of course it's taking all my energy to speak right now. But I do think that this is such an important topic, and I will try to do more TikTok lives, right? I promise I will try to do some more. So let's share the live. We can record also. So Liz, are you saying that you can actually record the live? So you can download it and then like share it? Is that what you're saying? TikTok is real cool, man. Y'all, all of y'all who saying hope you feel better. I need limes. Oh my, I'm searching for limes and I cannot find limes. Right? But anyways, so I just did as I said, it was a long video and I didn't even really get to talk so much about the actual report, which was the reason that I wanted to do the live. So we spoke about the fact that this PNM financer is being accused of paying to create political mischief, right? So I want to read, so we spoke about the DPP office being bugged, which is absolutely crazy. I want, so we can move away from that point, even though I don't think I could say it enough, that it's absolutely insane that they are, I can mute trolls. Why not even listening to them? That's okay. Everybody has a voice, free opinion. A democracy is not perfect, right? So unfortunately, these are the people. And that is why, for me, I do believe that we have such an important role, and that's why I was speaking to the non-voter. Because the blind PNM voter will come out to vote. And the 142 murders that we are experiencing is because the blind PNM voter came out to vote. The crash in the economy that we're seeing is because the blind PNM voter came out to vote. The lack of foreign exchange, that you can't get foreign exchange, or even if you wanted to migrate, you cannot get foreign exchange. So you could sell your home and then you will struggle to get the money that you've sold your home, so you can't even migrate. You can't pay for your children to go to university away. Just now you'll have problems paying in England too because of all these banks closing down because of whatever money laundering laws. All of these things is because the blind PNM voter came out to vote. Which is why, the UNC supporter has to speak up. We have to make sure that we speak the truth louder than PNM speaks the lies. We have to share like crazy. We have to make sure that we are louder than PNM propaganda. And to those who believe that UNC and PNM are the same thing, I urge you to take a mature approach to information. If the information is there, find it, seek it out, and then be mature to admit that you were wrong. You don't have to admit it publicly because nobody needs to know who you voted for. I'm admitting it publicly. In 2015, I did not vote. I believed UNC PNM was the same thing. I was wrong. I'm admitting it publicly. But you don't need to admit it publicly. You just need to say, hey, wait, The data is there. Kamla took us up in the human trafficking ranking. Rowley took us down in the human trafficking ranking. Under Kamla, we had positive foreign direct investment. Under Rowley, we had negative foreign direct investment. Under Kamla, we had jobs. We had 50,000 jobs created. Under Rowley, we've had nearly 200,000 jobs lost under Rowley now. So there are things, and this is way before COVID, guys. So don't let Rowley fool you about no COVID talk. This is look at, there's a war going on where technically being part of an oil-rich nation would have helped us. For the first time in our country's history, we are not benefiting from an oil boom. This is crazy. This is crazy. So I want to go back to the report because, as I said, the media, and I didn't mean to be here so long, so I'm sorry if I'm like, if my phone, because I'm holding it, because I didn't set up to do this, it's my first live and I didn't expect to be here so long. So let me just scroll a little bit because, as I said, we spoke about the DPP, the accusation of the DPP's office being bugged. So a PNM financer would have paid an Israeli company to bug the DPP's office. This is the accusation being made. And again, I do not understand why this is not news. An International Investigative Report is alleging that a PNM financer paid to have the DPP's office bugged. And this is not headline news. It is absolutely insane. So I want to read something else. I know reading can be a bit boring, but bear with me. Right? So again, this is taken from page 7 of this Sunday's Express. In our deduction as well, we found that it is possible that anyone who wants to make up fabrication of something can always use incidents that were factual, and then summarize it. For example, someone could say that they knew A and B met at a point Z, and then someone may then send out an email that A and B did meet, and then they may meet to discuss a hit. So in essence, the meeting may have been factual, but they would have then added information of what they think the conversation would have been about to embellish and add on. And that may well have been the case with Emailgate. They looked at things that actually happened in the past that everyone knew about, so they brought that up, and people said, well, it's true. And then they added things to it to give the impression, well, if the first part of the story is true, then the second part of the story must be true. And this is how PNM's misinformation works. So you take, okay, well, we know that A and B met, and we know that A and B met at point Z. So then A and B met at point Z is true. Well, then they must have met to talk about what PNM say they talk about. And again, these are things that are so important because if we understand, I may have to end this live. I should have thought about walking with water because I really did not expect to be here so long. I'm so sorry. And that, I may just have to end this live and cut it short before, and we seem to be actually like really having good interaction and stuff going on. So it's crazy. I'm really gonna try to do some more TikTok lives. This was my first. As I said, I didn't even set up any kind of like phone stand or anything. I'm in the living room just sitting down. I don't even know how good the lighting is because the kids are at basketball, and because I was at the RIC consultation, I didn't go to basketball with them. So I came home, and instead of just watching a movie or reading my Bible or reading a book, I decided, look, let me try this TikTok live. But again, it's because I'm really passionate about this page 6 and 7 in the Express, and I just cannot understand why it's not getting any traction. I guess I can understand because we all say it's a PNM media, right? So I just wanted to really shed light on that page 6 and page 7 report with the Emailgate and understanding the Israeli connection and understanding how PNM misinformation works. There was a part that I would have posted on Facebook. So I hope you guys follow me on Facebook because there is so much that I put on Facebook that I don't put on TikTok. Where you see that there's a clear pattern of how PNM's misinformation works. And it's not, and I told y'all before, I voted for PNM before, my family votes for PNM, them love a PNM boy, so this has costed me family, all kind of thing, right? But it is because I'm so passionate about our country. And if we allow PNM to continue to reign over this country, then, you look at Singapore being independent the same time as us. And, PNM, it's not PNM, Trinidad being independent the same time as Singapore. And look at where Singapore has reached. And of course, we've had so many oil booms. We have sun, we have sand, we have sea, we have tourism, we have our human resource. Our athletes are amazing. There is so much, right? And so I'm very, very passionate about who we are as a country. And the same way that I love my children and I will fight for them and I will die for them, I do believe that if you love Trinidad and Tobago, then you will fight for Trinidad and Tobago. And I don't want that, a few years from now, we are the ones in boats trying to go on a pirogue and risk our lives. Some people may be able to pay to migrate, but what about those who won't be able to? So we're fighting for them. Camille, I don't think it's just PNM people like to suffer, and that's why I really like to speak to the swing voter. Because, as I said, 10,000 people in Diego Martin West voted for Keith Rowley, but 19,000 persons did not vote for Keith Rowley. Too many people stay away from voting. And people need to understand that when you don't vote, you need to understand that you support the PNM. So the next time you say, I'm not voting, just know that what that translates to is, I'm voting for the PNM to come back into office. That's what you're doing. Anytime you choose not to vote, you are voting for the PNM to stay in power. Right? Guys, I may end up totally coughing down the place. And I don't want that to happen. My throat is actually really, really, really starting to hurt. And I'm seeing what happened at Paria. Oh gosh, there's so much to talk about. There really is. And I'm 4.1k likes. I cannot believe, I really, even today, gosh, and I'm so sorry. So if the security officer who was at Ministry of Legal Affairs is listening, if any of her friends are listening, I'm so sorry. I love to take names of persons who recognize me. I was rushing because the RIC consultations were on and they had stopped the Facebook Live. Well, they said they went down. And, and I really wanted to make sure that I executed my job with, efficiency and excellence. So I did not get a chance to chat with her. And I don't like rushing off on anyone. I really try to chat with everybody. So if anyone knows that security guard that spoke to me outside Legal Affairs today, I'm so sorry that I did not have a chance to chat with you. Please message me and we'll talk, individually, personally. So I don't like that I'm still seeing people joining, and I have to stop now because my voice really is hurting me. It's starting to give me a headache now because I'm actually trying to push out my voice. And I was saying that, I cannot believe it's saying 4.1k likes. Every time I see people talking about my TikTok and stuff, I'm so humbled. Because I just did, when I picked up a phone to do a video, I was so insecure. But I guess that's just, our own, we listen to the hate comments more than we listen to the supporters. So I am very, very grateful for all of you who support my TikTok, because I know that when you support my TikTok, you basically support, democracy, and you support justice and social justice. There can be no peace if there is no social justice. Yeah, we could talk about Paria another day for sure. And yes, I will try to do Liz. I will, a political talk series. So I will definitely try to do some more lives. Maybe I'll set a day and a time. So what you can do, oh gosh, I have another question sounding like a real dance here. So can people continue to comment after the live? I have no idea. But if not, I don't even really check my TikTok so much, because it really has blown up. So there are just so many comments, and I could apologize from now, because it's just so many comments, so I don't get a chance to go through as much as I can. Maybe I'll really start to take some time and spend more time on TikTok, and really respect the love, show you all the love that you all deserve. So let me know. I used to have something called Fire Fridays. I don't know if you guys know, I was on the radio and it was called Fire Fridays. So maybe we could start back a Fire Fridays. I have no idea what you guys want to be doing on a Friday, if you all really want to be talking about politics on a Friday. But we could do a Fire Fridays. Y'all let me know when is a good time. Is this like a good time for y'all? Maybe, you know, we could send the kids to basketball. They don't come back until quite late. So normally, or maybe I could do it at basketball. Sometimes I stay in the car, but it might be dark. So on the, you know, one day a week or something, I could just miss going to basketball and do a live. So let me know, you know, if this is a good time for y'all. Y'all could like press love or something. So everybody press love now if this kind of 8 o'clock is a good time for y'all. If y'all prefer earlier, y'all prefer later, let me know, you know, send comment and share the live, and somebody please tell me how to, I'm sure I could probably ask Jess, I'm sure she knows how to, but let me know how to download this video or whatever. I have no idea. It might be long because I don't even know how long I was talking to download the video, but maybe I could share a link to the live, something. Let's figure it out. I have no idea what to do with this TikTok. So, you know, this is my maiden contribution on TikTok. I don't know what you say when, you know, you do a first live. What's the slang? Oh gosh, I'm missing plenty comments like it was stuck. All right, so I'm gonna go because it's I think I'm losing any progress that I made with my voice this week. So I love you guys so much. I really am very thankful. I mean, in politics, it could be such a hateful space. People, the haters are so much louder than your supporters, and it can take a toll on you. So I am really thankful for all the support that you guys give me. I am, you know, so humbled that now everywhere I go, someone is talking about TikTok. So now I feel as though, oh gosh, I go out looking like a real scrub, y'all. So I'm sorry if when y'all see me in the road, y'all go, oh my gosh, she can't put on a little makeup. Oh my gosh, she can't comb her hair. Oh my gosh, she in sweats. I don't know if y'all know, but before politics, if y'all go back to my Facebook, like go through the years, I used to go out in pajamas and stuff. So I was always been, I guess, a real scrub, maybe that's what people would call me. So I feel very conscious when people recognize me now and I'm in track pants and sweats and stuff. But I love you. And I'm gonna go rest my voice now, drink some water. And if y'all have limes, send for me, okay? I can't find limes. So bye, TikTok. Share. We need to talk about these allegations of the DPP's office being bugged. Crazy stuff. We need to share the information about how PNM gets away with misinformation by taking A plus B that is true, but adding a C, you know. So let's share that information. Let's really continue to fight for our democracy. We do not want that in a few years' time, you know, those who are the most vulnerable have to be jumping into pirogues and looking for safety. Yeah? So I love you, and I don't want to make any promises because I really have to work it out when I can commit to coming on these lives. But I will try to maybe at least once a week. I can't promise more than once a week. Okay? I love you guys. See you. Have a great night. 6 new messages. Okay, guys, are the messages comments, or do I have to go find the messages somewhere else? Somebody please message me and tell me what to do. Okay, bye. Oh my, wait. I do not know how to end the live. Oh my goodness. Y'all, I do not know how to end the live. Share. Oh wait, I could share. Oh, I'm now seeing copy link. I could share on. Oh my gosh, golly. There's a power button. If I click that. Y'all, somebody tell me how to end live. I need to talk about what Kangaloo doing for the country. Okay, I will. Y'all, oh my gosh. I do not know how to end the live. Ugh. It says I have an unstable connection. Oh my. Hey y'all, somebody. How do I end this live? Let me press. Oh yes, it's saying end live. Okay, guys, bye. Okay, I figured it out. Bye.